6 quarterbacks were drafted in the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft, but only one of them has a chance to revive the NFL's most prolific dynasty. There's a kid in Foxborough, wearing number 10, who is making people forget about the Mac Jones disaster, the painful Bailey Zappi moments, and starting to remind the people in New England of what it felt like to have 12 under center. This quarterback is Drake Maye. And what Patriots fans don't know yet is that the story that they're watching is eerily similar to something they've seen before and goes way deeper than Drake Maye. But let's go back to draft night in 2024. The Patriots are sitting at number 3. The football world is buzzing. Caleb Williams went first to Chicago, as expected. There was no surprise there. Washington graded Jaden Daniels at 2. All chalk so far. Then New England was on the clock. And when Roger Goodell announced Drake Maye's name, you could feel the excitement in Foxborough. This was their guy, the ACC Player of the Year from 2022, the kid who ignited North Carolina's offense, 23 years old, with an arm that can deliver a dime from 50 yards, and a quiet confidence that few his age show. Standing at 6'4" and 223 pounds, he had the prototypical build of an NFL quarterback, with enough mobility to be dangerous. The only question marks surrounding Maye were his anticipation, decision-making, and after the draft, his situation in New England. With the questions swirling, his rookie season was brutal. There's no beating around the bush. The offensive line was Swiss cheese, his receivers couldn't separate if their lives depended on it, and many of the anticipation issues were evident in inaccurate intermediate throws leading to 10 interceptions and only 66% completion percentage. But through all of the struggles New England and Maye had last year, the 3-10 record as a starter, the uncertainty around the head coaching position, you could see it, that thing, that immeasurable trait that differentiates guys who are good versus a guy who could become great. He didn't have the wins, but he had something, moxie, pocket presence, the ability to create a play when everything breaks down. Now, let's fast forward to week 2 of the 2025 season. It's the Miami Dolphins national audience. Drake Maye decided it was time to turn the narrative from potential to inevitable. On the first drive, Maye dropped back, scanned the field, and floated a 22-yard pass down the sideline to Austin Hooper. It wasn't just accurate, it was perfectly placed, like he knew exactly where Hooper would be before Hooper knew it himself. The anticipation questions started to be answered. 2 plays later, he rolled out of the pocket, and with defenders chasing him, he found Mac Hollins in stride for the touchdown. In just 2 plays, Maye showed his ability to do something many said he struggled with, intermediate accuracy, and then showed what made him special, the ability to create outside of structure. But here's the thing about Drake Maye that the box score can't capture. He hasn't just been making throws, he's been reading defenses like he's played quarterback for a decade. On the next drive, he converted 3 third downs, including a scramble on 3rd and 6, showing that he's much more than just a capable passer. He's a great runner as well. The drive was capped off with a perfect strike to Kayshon Boutte in the end zone. 70 yards, 11 plays, and surgical precision. Miami didn't roll over though. They clawed back. They fought. By the third quarter, they had a 20-15 lead, and suddenly all of those doubts started to creep back in. The 0-1 start and the 13 unanswered points by Miami started to raise questions about just how good New England and Maye were going to be this year. Was this just another tease? No, it wasn't. Because Maye did what franchise quarterbacks do. He answered. 3rd and 3 from their own 24-yard line, most quarterbacks would play it safe here, check down, get the first, live to fight another play. Not Drake Maye. He scanned, climbed the pocket to avoid the rush, and found Ramondre Stevenson with a deep shot down the right sideline. Stevenson did the rest, capping off a 55-yard completion. Drake Maye and the Patriots would not go away quietly. 2 plays later, Maye read the blitz beautifully, and instead of panicking, he ran right past former Patriot Matthew Judon and sprinted in the end zone for a touchdown. The Patriots had retaken the lead. The fourth quarter turned into chaos. Return touchdowns were flying around, but when the dust settled,
You gotta be kidding me! Back to back! A 90-yard touchdown!
the Patriots defense forced 2 turnovers, and New England walked away with the W. Maye finished 19 of 23 for 230 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, 0 picks, and a passer rating of 137.3. He added another 31 yards and a score on the ground, and officially stated that things for he and the Patriots just might be different this season. But here's what makes this different from the false hopes of years past. For the first time since Brady left, the Patriots didn't just draft a quarterback and pray. They actually built something around him. Let's start with coaching. Mike Vrabel walked into the building, and suddenly, there was this energy that had been missing. Vrabel knows what it would take. He was there for 3 Super Bowl wins as a player in New England. He was an all-pro. He wasn't just some outsider trying to figure out the Patriot way. He was the Patriot way. Sure, his stint in Tennessee ended rough with a 6-11 season, but Vrabel was tremendous every other year with the Titans. He had 4 straight winning seasons, 3 playoff appearances, and he did it without an elite quarterback. Now imagine what he could do with one. Then there's the reunion with Josh McDaniels. Obviously, he struggled as a head coach with 20 wins and 33 losses between Denver and Las Vegas. But as an offensive coordinator, he's phenomenal. He has 6 Super Bowl rings, 6. And his Brady-led offenses were some of the best the NFL has ever seen. He was there during the glory years from 2012 to 2021, calling plays for one of the greatest dynasties in NFL history. He knows how to scheme, he knows how to adjust, and most importantly, he knows how to develop quarterbacks, as he was the Patriots quarterbacks coach for the first 3 rings under Belichick and Brady. Beyond the coaching, on the field, the front office actually went out and got weapons. Stephon Diggs on a 3-year, $63.5 million deal. Sure, he's not the same guys who terrorized secondaries in Buffalo and Minnesota, but he doesn't need to be. Diggs brought 10 years of experience, over 10,000 receiving yards, a veteran presence this young receiving core desperately needed, and is a sure, reliable target for a young quarterback looking to gain his footing. Beyond that, they have a budding young target in Kayshon Boutte, who is only 23 years old and a former LSU Tiger, who has a long list of star-studded professional receivers. Maye also has a strong tight end pair of Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper, who provide Drake with dependable safety outlets. And then there's the 2 running backs, Ramondre Stevenson and Trayvon Henderson, who so far this season have provided Maye with a reliable ground game and great targets out of the backfield. But even with the plethora of weapons around him, Maye has done plenty on his own, and has started garnering comparisons to Josh Allen. I know, Allen is the reigning MVP. He's established, he's proven, but what makes Josh Allen special? Arm strength that can fit balls into windows that shouldn't exist, creativity when the play breaks down, the ability to hurt you with his legs when you commit to stopping the pass. Drake Maye has shown plenty signs of all of that, every single piece. And beyond that, Maye is already further along than Allen was at this point in his career. Allen's rookie season was rough, more interceptions than touchdowns, a passer rating of 67.9, worse than Bortles, worse than Case Keenum. And look at what he's become. Now, imagine a quarterback with similar tools who's already showing better decision-making and better accuracy at this point in his career. That's been Drake Maye. Maye himself, however, is humble about it. He says he's got a ton of work to do to even be considered in the same breath as Allen, which is a fair assessment. Allen is the cream of the crop, but so far, Maye has shown he's well on his way. With every rollout, pump fake, and every play he extends with his legs, it's hard not to see shades of number 17 in Buffalo. Beyond that, the coaching is there, the weapons are there, and most importantly, the talent is there. With all the focus on the revitalized Patriots offense, it's easy for the defense to go unnoticed, and something's also happening on the other side of the ball that people may be sleeping on.
We are back again with the Arena Club doing another $250 slab pack pull today. Last time we opened one, we got a JJ McCarthy PSA 10. I've been loving the site recently. As you can tell from my showroom, they sponsored 2 cards and I've got like 6 or 8 cards in my showroom. I've been using it a ton on my own. It's an awesome site, would highly recommend. We got a special deal with them, so you'll get 20% off your first slab pack or your first card purchase. Use code FTF at checkout. Anyways, let's get straight to this pull. Is that okay? Let's go, Travis Kelce. Let's go, baby. That's a good pull. That's hype. All right, we're sending that straight to my showroom. Added another one to the collection. Once again, thank you again, Arena Club. Use code FTF to get 20% off your first purchase. Thanks, everybody.
Last year, the Patriots defense was anemic. They had 28 sacks all season, which was dead last in the NFL. Enter Mike Vrabel, who was a brilliant defensive mind. He definitely didn't come to New England to watch his defense get pushed around. In the offseason, the Pats brought in Milton Williams from Super Bowl champion Philadelphia on a 4-year, $14 million deal. So far this season, 7 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. Harold Landry was another addition on a 3-year, $43.5 million contract. He played under Vrabel in Tennessee and put up 12 sacks in 2021 in his system. Through 12 games, he's got 6.5 sacks. 2 free agents have over a third of last year's team sack total, with 5 games still to play. Add in a third-year Gonzalez, who has finally managed to stay healthy, And this Patriots defense has been a force to be reckoned with in 2025. With all of the additions, it becomes much more clear why the Patriots and Maye have had such a tremendous season so far. But the scariest part of all is that the Patriots are back to doing things the way they used to, the right way, the Patriot way. They've insulated their quarterback with a strong defense, adding free agents that other teams viewed less valuable on cheap deals and getting above price tag level production. They've built a strong running game and added not just one superstar target or workhorse back, but multiple targets and weapons for Maye and McDaniels to work with. This, in a nutshell, is the Patriot way. Good defense, and an offense that can beat you in a variety of ways. New England is back to doing what they do, and they're setting Maye up to succeed the way they did with Tom Brady. Obviously, Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, and was nearly impossible to defend in his own right. But Maye has a good team around him now, just like Tom did. And Maye has shown he's not just a good quarterback, not just a franchise guy, but a guy who just might help New England return to the glory days of Belichick and Brady. In New England, the expectations couldn't be any more clear. It's not enough to be solid and get to the playoffs. The expectations are bring back the New England dynasty. 6 Super Bowls, 2 decades of dominance, the greatest quarterback in NFL history. Everyone knows how great New England was, and no one knows better than Patriots fans. All of that falls on the shoulders of a 23-year-old kid in his second season. But the important thing is, New England is doing it the right way. Sure, that level of pressure is sky high. What happens if year 3 comes around and they're not in the Super Bowl, or if year 4 arrives and he's only won 1 playoff game, if the media starts questioning whether or not he's a bust because he hasn't delivered championships by age 26? Tom Brady set an impossible standard, and Drake Maye is being measured against it, whether or not anyone wants to admit it. But here's an even scarier thought. What if he actually is good enough? What if he actually can carry those expectations? Because then you're looking at the rest of the AFC East, knowing that they just thought they'd finally escaped the Patriots' shadow. Just when Buffalo, Miami, and the Jets thought they had a decade to compete for division titles without New England standing in their way, another generational talent might have just arrived. The Bills have built their entire identity around Josh Allen, finally being the guy in the division. They've had 5 years of relative peace, knowing the Patriots were down. But if Drake Maye becomes what he looks like he's becoming, Buffalo might be in trouble. They escaped Tom Brady only to run into Drake Maye. That's the nightmare scenario for the AFC East. And based on what we've seen this season, it's not just possible, it's entirely plausible. The offensive weapons are there. Diggs, Booty, Douglas, Henry, Hooper, Stevenson, and Henderson. That's not just depth, that's legitimate firepower. The coaching staff has 40 combined years of NFL experience and 11 Super Bowl rings between them. The defense is getting healthier and more aggressive by the week, and Drake Maye is getting better every single game. This is a team that's ready to compete right now. The scariest part, they're only going to keep getting better. Mike Vrabel knows how to win close games. Josh McDaniels knows how to scheme against elite defenses. Drake Maye has the arm talent and football IQ to execute at the highest level. When you combine those 3 elements, you don't just have a good team, you have a dangerous team. The kind of team that can make some serious noise in January. 2 decades, 6 Super Bowl wins, 19 division championships, the most successful dynasty in NFL history. That's what Tom Brady and Bill Belichick created in New England. Then, when it finally ended, everyone believed it would be decades before the Patriots were relevant again. That's how these things tend to go. Dynasties crumble, and they fall hard. The Patriots may have fallen, but they found a way to get back up, with a second-year quarterback and a Patriot legend at head coach, leading the charge. Drake Maye will never be Tom Brady. Nobody will ever be Tom Brady. But quite frankly, he doesn't have to be Tom Brady. He only has to be himself. He doesn't have to win 6 Super Bowls. But if he plays at the level he has been, and the team continues to trend the way that they are, don't be surprised that they're playing in February, sooner rather than later. Maye's arm talent is premium, but the mobility is the one thing Brady never had, and adds a whole new element to McDaniels' offense. The coaching is top tier. The roster is smartly built. Everything is set up for this to work. The question is no longer if Drake Maye can be a franchise quarterback. The question is whether the Patriots can get it done. Through 12 weeks, the Patriots are 10-2. Maye has 3,100 passing yards, 3rd best in the NFL, behind only Mahomes and Prescott. He's 5th in the league in touchdowns with 21 and only has 6 interceptions. He's got the Patriots sitting atop the AFC, poised for another Super Bowl run. Winning a Super Bowl is hard, and while offensive line remains a concern, there's still plenty there to get it done. The pressure of playing quarterback in New England has never been higher. It's where anything less than a championship could be deemed a failure. That's a burden that has broken many players in the past. But so far, Maye has been up to the task, and it'll be exciting to see whether or not he can get it done. So that's the scary thing about Drake Maye. It's not that he might fail. It's not that the Patriots made the wrong choice at number 3. It looks like they clearly made the right one. The scary thing is, he might actually be everything they'd hoped he'd be. And if that's the case, the rest of the AFC better prepare themselves, because the Patriots dynasty isn't dead. It was just sleeping. And Drake Maye might have woken it up.